we are live. But I wasn't in game yet, so one moment. I'm just going to get into game. Not that, and I'm going to create a password that only the 2 people here know. So just confirming for the people watching the stream. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I do want to confirm with people, anyone already in stream, that there is audio, and that they can. I know that right now you're not going to be able to see the game, but I just want to make sure that there is audio.
Share the password in chat.
Yes,
when you get a sec.
I'm gonna. There you go. That is for the 2 people that are joining me, not for viewers. And I'm pretty sure it's not streaming the tabletop simulator right now. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna set up the cameras I had going yesterday. Could you not use the blue seat, because I'm gonna be setting this up such that.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's no issue. Just gonna set this up such that our player areas are easy to view. I guess while I'm doing this, people can introduce themselves. So again, I guess I should again say, in case you haven't seen the previous stream, I'm the designer of the game, Robert Duran, and I guess I should also note, if you haven't seen the previous stream, this is going to be a stream of the standard game. So we're all experienced players playing, and we're not going to be going over the basic rules of the game at the start. We're just going to jump in straight away and show people what the standard game looks like. If you don't know the rules of the game, it may make sense to, especially if you're watching this after the fact, you're not watching it live, it may make sense to go and watch the introductory game stream that ran yesterday first, or watch like a how to play video of the game, just because, you know, initially jumping in, you might not understand what we're talking about, or, you know, why we're doing different things, unless you have sort of a basic understanding of how the game works. So anyways, with that said, if the 2 people who are joining me today want to just introduce themselves.
Sure. My name is Angus, and I will be playtesting for you guys today.
I guess I should note, you have playtested many times in the past.
I'm not playtesting today. I am showcasing today.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I will keep notes of anything I see, but you know, the main purpose of today is not to playtest, is to show everyone what a game played by many people who know what they're doing looks like. All right. I have now. It should be that you can see Tabletop Simulator. I just want to see if there's anyone in chat can confirm that the audio and the visuals are up. And I guess while that's being done, if you, Anujan, you want to introduce yourself? Or?
Yes. So my name is Anujan. I guess you'll see my username is Anuvas. And I'll be showcasing the game today as well.
Okay, I'm not getting confirmation that we have.
I have the stream up. The game is visible.
Okay, you can see everything. Perfect. Check. Okay. Oh, one thing I should do, because we're gonna lose our natural light in a moment, is turn that on. Okay. All right, I think we are all set up and ready to start. So, as I was saying, this is going to be a stream of the standard game. And so this, I mentioned yesterday, when you're showing players for the first time, I recommend that you play the intro game variant that the rulebook explains. But past that, you know, the standard game is sort of the intended way of playing the game. Once you're playing with, if you're playing with people that already know the game. And in the standard game, we use 4 of the game's 5 realms. And so there's going to be 2 introduced in the first round, and then 1 introduced in the second round, and 1 introduced in the fourth round. Sorry, in the third round. And typically what you do is you'd just randomize those, and they'd come up in a random order. So at the start of the game, you'd randomly select which two are in the first round, and so forth. For the purposes of this stream, though, I want to I want to guarantee first that the two that you didn't see yesterday in the introductory stream are in the game. And then I want to introduce them in the order that I think best sort of shows off the different mechanics. So what we're actually going to do is in the first round, we're just going to use 2 realms that you did see yesterday. This will be a little bit different, though, because in the introductory game, everyone got a set deck of cards from the origin realm. When you're playing the standard game, it works like any other realm, and players are getting a random selection of them. So we'll see how that pans out there. And we're going to add in the legend realm in the second round, and the flora realm in the fourth round. And when we get to those rounds, we'll explain the special new mechanism that adds. All right. I'm getting feedback that my webcam is bugging out a bit. I think I know how.
Yeah, it looks like it's shaking.
Shaking, I know. Well, that's less easy to address. The white flashes, okay, I think I know what's causing that. 1 second, I will try to address that. This should not take long. I guess while I'm doing this, you guys, I don't know, talk about the game. Talk about your favorite monster that's from the introductory game, first 3 realms.
Favorite monster is Galasher. It's the one you can see right here in the middle. Why is it Galasher? Because, you got to give those freebies some love. Sometimes you want to put a couple in your deck just to round out your fundamental research. Get some more blues in there, Also, he's got a good grumpy face.
My
funny
webcam has frozen.
I would say Revelpus. That face is too adorable not to love. And Revelpus is a classic. So we don't see them. We don't see them right now, so we can't show them off.
There we go. Okay, I think I have fixed the webcam. People in chat can let me know if that did fix anything. But I think that should fix the issue. All right. So yeah, let's get into dealing out the cards for the first round. So like what you saw in the introductory game, we're going to just straight in the first round, we're going to get a random selection of cards from both of these biomes, so 13 from each. So we're going to have a full 26 cards to make our decks from, our hypotheses from, in the first round. I'll shuffle that up and deal. Okay. And so then what I do on these streams is unless there's any questions before I do this, I'm going to deafen and mute myself, and then I'm going to speak to the audience about the decisions I'm making in the deck construction. Obviously, while I'm doing that, you guys will both construct your own decks, and then I'll undeafen and mute once I'm done deck construction, and we'll move into the research phase. So everyone's good for me to do so?
Yep. I will leave your stream now so I don't cheat.
All right. Sounds great. All right. So, what do we have here? So one thing I did yesterday, and we probably should do it again, but yesterday by being the introductory stream, is I sorted these by their different traits. So we're playing with the condensed realm again. The condensed realm is the trait, the realm with the with each of these traits. The traits don't have any innate meaning on their own, but some cards will care about other cards with certain traits. So there's those sorted into the different traits. And then we got our monsters from the origin realm. And these are all available to consider as well. We got a lot of Revelopusses. Okay. So, in the burrowing, we've got a pretty wide selection here. And so I'll go over this again in case you haven't watched the introductory screen. So burrowing, they're sort of focused around stalling, like trying to stay in the round as long as possible. And then you use Plolt here if another player's deadline is revealed. So basically they've already depleted their deck. When you play Plolt, you get one additional bonus discovery of your choice. Exant helps us doing that by reducing our card draw every turn. And then Telpodon, which is something we didn't see yesterday, allows you to take any monster with the burrowing trait and put it on top of your deck from your discard pile or from your hand on top of the deck. So delay your deadline a bit by putting it on top of your deck, and then also this allows you to retrieve the Plolts, which you want them later on. So you can discard them early and then retrieve them with a with a Telpodon later on. And then for aquatic here, we have in this case there a lot more consistency setting up the perfect hand. And so what we have is Demort, where we get some like additional free documents if we have monsters of two different traits. We have Octeach, which does a lot of card manipulation, draw a card, put a card from the top or on the top or bottom of your deck, and then actually Octeach goes back to your hand, so you can actually use it to, with the Demort for a free document. And then here's sort of like the capstone of this strategy, Luckamuch. It adds one blue fundamental discovery to every monster in our paper. So, if we're documenting Demort sort of for free, and then later on we documented Luckamuch, every one of those Demorts is going to get an additional discovery. And then the combo sort of archetype here, the parasites, they have like things like here, like Pattern Pill, which allows you to increase the size of your hand, and then things that allow you to combo a bunch of them together. So whenever you document a Rexaria, you can document another monster that has the parasite trait, which could be another Rexaria. So if you have a bunch of Rexarias in hand, you can combo them all together. Now, with only one Rexaria, we don't really have the payoff for that combo. So, I think we can pretty safely ignore Rexaria for our deck here. We're not going to be doing that. Now, looking at all this, we do have a reasonable amount of support for burrowing to play slow and then get our Plolts to get the bonus. And we actually can use these Wizants from the Origin Realm, because they actually have the same effect. There's an additional reminder on Wizant, because this is something that trips up new players a lot. It's like drawing fewer cards isn't that bad, and well, usually it's good. So on Wizant, there's a little explanation as why it's good. Excant, you already know that, so it just says -2 cards, but really they have the same ability. So we actually have a lot of means of stalling, which is pushing me towards saying we want to run these Plolts as sort of our payoff. We also have loads and loads of Revelopusses, and Revelopusses allow us to stall as well. They move a card from our hand, or from our discard pile back on top of our deck. So yeah, we can definitely incorporate all those. Okay, so I think this is just a good basis. We're gonna have the Plolts. Telpodon's great because if we discard a Plolt early on, we can grab it back. And that's only a reference ability, so it's sort of like, reference abilities, you can play them as many as you like every turn, compared to a Revelopus with a similar effect. That is your document for the turn, so Telpodon's nice for that. I think, yeah, so I would, yeah, we put all these in our deck. We're gonna try and stay in the round as long as possible, and then we're gonna hopefully document those Plolts. Sapple Key is always nice, and it not only is Sapple Key nice for slightly delaying our deadline because it moves things back to the top of the deck. Because Wizant causes us to only document one thing after we, like draw one thing after we document it, Sapple Key can give us some like choice as into what that one thing is on top of our deck. You know, if we have something else nice in our hand that we want to put on the deck, we use the Sapple Key. Otherwise, we can, you know, take whatever is on the top. What are we looking at here? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. So we need 4 more. And like, if we can like draw Wizant into Wizant into Wizant, or like into Excant, we actually can get a lot of these down. Normally you'd be concerned about having all these dock abilities in your deck because just like you're not going to have that many turns to document that many monsters. But with Wizant slowing us down, we might actually have Wizant and Excant. We might actually have that many turns. I think I do want to Revelopus, and this is also can help us set up that. If we have an Excant in our discard pile, and like a Telpidon, and maybe even a Wizant and an Excant in our discard pile, we can Telpidon an Excant to the top, we can Revelopus a Wizant to the top, and then, oh, that doesn't work because we need 2 documents. Do I like Revelopus? I think I do. I think I do, because just having multiple things that can grab the Plalt is nice, because both the Plalts we want later on. Just for clarity of, I'm going back and forth and saying it doesn't work, what I was imagining was that we set up 2 Wizants on the top of our deck, or like we set up a Wizant and an Excant on the top of our deck, and like, okay. And then we play Excant, we only draw 1, and then we play that Excant, and we only draw 1. And then we play that Wizant, and we only draw 1. And that's a really nice chain of cards. But for us to set up 2 things on top of the deck, we need the Telpidon and the Revelopus, and then also play something that only draws us 1. So that's not really going to happen. But I still want the Revelopus just as a way of getting Plalt back. And I think I want these Octeaches. And these are also another just extra consistency. They sort of, they draw a card, and then they let us put a card back on top of our deck. Or put it on the bottom, and importantly, by putting on the bottom, we can send Plalts to the bottom, which is where we want them, because we want to see the Plalts later on. Okay, so what do we have? This is 6. This is 5. So we have 13. We just need 1 more card. We've got quite a lot of consistency, so I think we just want another payoff. And we do have a lot of novel. So I think I'm going to just put it in a 10-10. And like, I mean, we might not get the additional bonus of revealing our hand with the dock ability because we're going to be drawing 1 card at a time a lot. But it does give us 2 fundamental by itself, and that's just a decent thing to have. It's better than Galasher here. That gives us 2 fundamental without the potential of getting the additional 1 if we have another dock ability in your hand. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be running for this round. All right, and I will then undeafen myself and see if everyone else is ready. All right, I am ready. Is everyone else?
Yep.
Yes.
I know I probably took a little longer than I normally take there.
No, you're good.
I'm what do you call it? Explaining to the viewers all my thought process in that, so that will take a little longer than normal. All right, and one thing I forgot, we should have set start player. So I mean, last game I just was start player because I was teaching, but you know, we all know what we're doing, so we should randomly decide start player. I was gonna ask which remainder of 3 do people want? Sure, which remainder of 3 do people want? And we'll see if the viewers can figure out what I'm doing, or if you can figure out what I'm doing. Name 0, 1, or 2. Everyone has to have a different one.
I'll take 0.
I'll take 1.
All right, that's a 6. You are a start player.
Nice.
I gave that to the right person, correct? Yeah, okay, perfect. Yes, our chat is saying I could have just rolled a d6. I could have, but if we had 4 players, that wouldn't work. D12 always works. Anyways, yeah, so we're shuffling up. We're drawing 3. And I'm going to swap my view over to the first player, and we can take it away.
That's exciting, but I'm starting off with a redraw. I don't want these. That is probably the worst thing I could have drawn. Okay. Let's do this. That's going to go on top. And I get a +1 on my Bleo. That's my turn.
All right, over to me. Well, I was, telling our viewers that we're wanting this card. I'm not going to specify what it is. This card later on. And this is not, and it's also my other card that allows me to fix an issue later on, which isn't happening right now. So I think I'm redrawing that.
Ooh, we got some long starts.
Oh boy. Well, I definitely have the Tentatan trigger here. This is not what you want. Just for everyone who's watching, this is not what you want to see when you redraw your hand. So yeah, I definitely have Tentatan's effect activating here, but this is sort of what our deck's designed to do, is draw fewer cards. So I'm gonna document the Wizant and just sort of accept that we're wasting a Tentatan and a Plolt. And then I just draw the 1 card. Over to you, Anujan.
Thank you, thank you. I guess a reminder, redraw token is -2 points.
-2 recognition at the end of the game, yeah. So basically a negative discovery, but discoveries can also give you bonus points at the end of each round.
And I can promise you I am not taking a redraw. I got a sample key.
Well, isn't that nice?
And now I only have to draw 1.
Exciting. Wow. Oh, well.
All right.
Looks like I also have a sample key. And I'm also going to be drawing 1.
Look at these classic Origin plays here. Origin Realm, Sapple Key, Wizant, all that stuff. All right.
Oh, I have an Excant, excuse me.
Okay, yes. Excant, Wizant. I was telling the viewers when I was constructing the deck, they are very similar. Okay, I'm just going to play this Octeach. This gives us some options here. So now, you always have to do as much as the card tells you to do, as much as possible. So I do have to now get rid of this card by putting it at the top or bottom of my deck. And I'm gonna put this on the top of my deck. Am I? I mean, yes, I definitely am gonna put this on the top of my deck. And so then the second part of Octeach's effect is it comes back to my hand. And so now my choice sort of is, do I want to grab that card again? I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to document this Octeach, and that will be my turn. So then I draw 3. Over to you.
All right, I am playing a Wizant. I got the family here. And I draw 1.
Exciting. But surprise, surprise, I got the reverse of what you got.
Oh boy.
And I draw 1.
Seems like we're all doing something similar here.
Could be, could be. It's a race to the bottom.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna do is play Talbodine. I got this Plolt here, so Plolt's gonna go on top of my deck. I think what I actually want to do, document that Revelopus and now put this Tentatan on top of my deck. So I got Plolt Tentatan set up for my next turn. Discard that, draw 3. All right.
All right. I am going to take a redraw now. I have a 1 in 11 shot of not drawing this again. Well, I will document a plolt, even though no one's deadline is revealed.
We're all playing
Well, it
slow.
happens. All right. I get another Xant.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. And that's my turn.
Here.
See if you guys can go slower than I can, given that I started.
All right. I will Sapple Key. We're gonna put. 1 second. Let me think about this. You got 7 cards left in deck. 7 cards left in deck. I got 6 cards left in deck. Yeah, I'm going to Sapple Key. I'm going to put this on top of my deck, and that means I don't get the Tentutan bonus, but it does mean I get to save a card for later and delay my deadline a little more. All right.
Going for some plot shenanigans.
Draw 3. Yeah, you know that Plult's in my hand, or was in my hand because I put it there last turn.
Okay. I will take another redraw.
Oh boy. We're going crazy with some redraws here.
Yes, and I guess viewers can note, maybe compared to the intro game, once players know their deck well, like players who have played the game a lot, you see a lot more redraws happening because you know you can get a better hand or you can save a card that you currently have for a better moment later.
Yeah, it's all about, you know, the potential rewards that you can see coming your way.
Yeah, you don't have to be afraid of redraws, I think is the main thing I'd want players to know.
No, especially it helps too. Like if you're playing with other players that are also using redraws, then everybody's taking an even hit to do some cool things.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is definitely a source of skill expression in the game is assessing your hand and being like, would this be better elsewhere in my deck, or like would I be better off with a different set of cards that are in my deck?
Yes, and I'm gonna take a risk here. I'm gonna reference non-lid. So I discard the top part
with
of my
0
deck.
cards in hand?
Oh, is the box not showing?
Oh,
They are there, yes, but they're
okay.
invisible.
I thought
to
I
us.
solved that issue. I'll have to further look into what's happening there. Okay, yeah.
So that's so sad. Xant yet to go. And then any monsters I document will gain what is that one again?
Fundamental research.
Yeah.
Fundamental, thank you.
You can call it
I
blue
will
if you prefer.
Yeah, thanks. I got 10 to 10, and I reveal my hand, and I have a Wizant in my hand. So I will take one of these and take another one of those, the blue guys.
All right.
And that is the turn. So now I have to draw 3.
So on to me, and guess what? We have another one, and I draw one.
Okay. My turn then. All right. What are our decks? 6, 3. Okay. Okay. I'm going to Sapple Key. I'm going to put this on top of my deck. I will then Xant, which means I only draw 1 at the end of my turn. Go ahead.
Okay. I am going to reference Octeach. So I draw 1. And then I get to move a card from my hand to the top or bottom of my deck. And then move Octeach to my hand. So there's a lot of decisions to be made. Because I have less cards in my deck than everyone else. What's in my discard? Hmm.
On the bright side, I think we might know who our star player is going to be.
Maybe.
Pass off that privilege.
Okay, so I will put this.
Just note, it is the
top.
last player to take a research turn that becomes start player.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think you're passing it off.
But I think they're confident.
You don't know. Maybe I've got a big turn coming up.
Okay. So I'm
Actually,
gonna document.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna stick with me. Maybe.
I'm playing an Excant, and so I only had to draw one.
Holy fundamental.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to document or envelop us because that's the only thing I can do. And one of these is going to the top of my deck. It's so hard to decide, but I think it'll be that one.
All right. Unfortunately, you both avoided reaching your deadline, so I just document this plalt, and it does not get any additional icons. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm referencing Bomakin, so I get to document the next two monsters here.
Oh boy.
So I will document this Sapple Key. And then I will document this Bleo. And it gets a blue.
Nice.
And that's it. My deadline is revealed.
Exciting. I have this Sapple Key that I got. I'm moving that to the top, and Galasher's coming out.
All right. Now, I do need to view what other people have here. What are we looking at? Fundamental. 9 fundamental here, Anujan?
Yes.
5 fundamental here. I guess I should also...
You mean 7?
Yeah,
or is that...
I was going to say.
Oh, did I miss
might wanna...
Oh, I missed, yeah,
yes,
that Galasher.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So... Oh... Okay, I know what the last card in my deck is. And I'm not pleased with it being the last card of my deck. Okay, I think in that case, this... I don't think I'm getting second here even. I think I'm going to be the fundamental loser here. Because you've got multiple additional turns coming up.
Potentially.
Yeah, nobody's gonna trust my novel work here. Okay, I think this is worth the risk because I know that I really don't want to document that last thing that's in my deck, and I prefer to document something from this hand and something from the next hand. So I think I redraw here. It's like the chances this is better is decent, but the reward of it being better isn't that good.
Is it better than the redraw price?
We're gonna take the redraw. I think the expected value is positive. Shuffle those in, draw 3. Okay. And so the reason for viewers, we don't want to play that because that will draw the last card of the deck, so we don't actually use the Octeach's ability to put things back. So we're not going to use that Octeach. I mean, I guess I put pressure on you to do this. Play the Excant now. Yeah. Okay. Just playing the Excant, discarding Octeach and Wizant. Drawing my last card.
Yay.
Oh, and Nugent is done.
Yep. So it is on to me. I will start by reffing an Octeach, and I will take one. Aha. Interesting. What would I rather do?
Oh, do you put that back in your hand before you put a card?
No.
Hmm?
You put the card back on top or bottom first, and then you put it back in your hand. So you can't put the Octeach
Yes.
itself back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just do this. You can come back. Mm, 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 mm. I'll ref this, and
I
I
think
don't
you
know.
know what this is. I think you have the information
let's
to know what it is.
let's say it's a Plalt.
Oh boy, yeah. Oh wait, I just grabbed something from your hand and put it in my hand. One second. There. This is my hand. This plot right here.
Great. All right.
And that is
That's excellent.
part of your hand.
Yes, that's fine. Okay, and I'm going to document a 10 to 10. I reveal the Octeach. Surprise, surprise. And I get a +1 from this. Now I'm at
10, right?
yeah, and I will put one of these lovely
you don't
guys
get
on
10 to
here.
10's ability because you don't have a dock ability.
Oh, correct.
All right.
I did have a dock ability, but not anymore. That's why I was thinking that I would get it, which is fine. Okay.
You're just so confident on that, Chris Hyper, which you could be because I think you knew that I put a plot back at some point and I never played it. So that was information you had. I play plot. People's deadlines are revealed. I'm going to take a popular with that because I am not scoring anything on the other two. And we're back to you.
Excellent. And I get a Plalt. And that's that.
Okay. So we're into scoring, and now we have this issue where my name is Robert. I'm going to put my initial of R. Using your initials is going to be an issue.
Just put a B for me.
A B.
Yes.
Okay.
We could do it in our own colors to make it a little more
That
clear.
also could be a
True.
good way to do this.
I'll take T so I don't take R.
This will not be confusing at all. All right. So, do we know majority?
I guess I'll take A. Sorry. Take the A then.
Okay. Rat.
Rat.
Perfect. So, Angus, you have the most fundamental, correct?
Correct. I should.
And
I have
that's
9, I think.
Yeah. I'm a 10.
7 novel. So you're getting 14 bonus recognition on those. I definitely have the least not fundamental, so I'm getting 0, and then Nugent, you're getting the 1 point.
I got 5 novel.
5 novel. All right, and then we're just calculating popular. I've got a measly 2.
Got 3.
Yeah, you both.
I got 2.
You both outdid me in. Well, I guess Nugent ended before me, but
yeah, I fell for the Bomakin trap. I got tempted.
Bomakin trap. Okay. So we're gonna just publish, move everything to publications, and we're ready to go into round 2. And I'll mention for viewers, I think you can see, especially if you watch the intro game stream, when you're playing with players who are familiar with the game and they know what their deck is. Turns can be quite snappy and rounds can go rather quickly. So I think that round, like actually just playing out the round, it only took 10 minutes or so. All right, for round 2, we are going to add in the legend realm. And so before, I mean, you can take a look at what the card here says, but I think it's better for me to show you. So in this realm, there's these 8 legend cards, and these cards don't get dealt to players. Instead, we're going to flip them over here. We're going to shuffle them out. And in each round that the legend realm exists in the game, so for this game, it's going to be existing the second and then final round, we're going to reveal 2 legends from the realm. And these legends will have basically a condition on them. So for example, Anopso, most Monstas with at least 1 token in paper. And so at the end of the research phase, there's the legend phase happens, where both the legends will check their condition, and whichever player satisfies their condition the best gets that legend for free. And you can see they have 2 discoveries on them. So if you build your deck towards satisfying what a legend is looking for, you can win basically 2 free discoveries. So this round we're looking at most Monstas with at least 1 token in paper, so you want to add tokens to Monstas. And then most Monstas that share a name with at least 1 other Monsta in your paper. So if you can document a lot of duplicates, you might get Sampus. All right, and then I should actually deal out the cards from this realm. And note, because these 8 cards, are taking up some of the deck box's space, we each only get 11 Monstas from this realm rather than the normal 13. So
I did want to say, Robert, I don't know if it's just on Discord. Your mic is cutting out a little bit. So like people might be missing a couple moments.
I checked his stream, it's not cutting out there, so I think it's just Discord sensitivity.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
That's not a problem then. As long as the audience can hear you.
Yeah, unless there's any other comments or questions, I'm gonna definitely mute again so I can make my deck with the audience. Real good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Not a problem.
All right. So, the Legend Realm. So, one thing I'll say is that now that we're playing with realms that are in the full game, or in the standard game, we're going to see a little more complexity in their effects. Not crazy, like one of the whole values of the game is that it's easily accessible and it's easy to share with people. So we're not getting super teeny text, no Yu-Gi-Oh text boxes on these cards, but we'll go over some of the new cards here, or some of the cards I got from this realm, and they're gonna do a few fancier thing. Well, I don't know, every card does fancy things, but they do different things, more different, if that's a good way to put it. All right, that's top on. We got one more Wizant. Okay, let's just remind ourselves what legends we're working with here, and we'll keep these in mind, because often you're going to want to try and go for one of these legends, because 2 free discoveries is pretty good. Can't beat free. So if we have a bunch of 1 Monsta, we could get Sampus, and if we have things that are adding tokens to a wide range of Monstas, we're looking at Anopso. Well, I'm already looking at one thing here that's rather tempting. So Husk Tree, document it, you add any discovery you like to it. So that automatically is satisfying what Anopso is looking for. Every Husk Tree we document will automatically have 1 additional discovery on it. We then must discard a card in our hand, but we get to activate any document abilities on that discarded card. So I think this is almost unnegotiable. We're going to be using all these Husk Trees. And just because we have another thing of a lot of duplicates, which can help with Sampus, I'm thinking we run these Revelopusses as well. But the actual reason, the sort of arguably better reason to run these Revelopusses, is that we can discard them with Husk Tree and get their pretty strong ability. Moving a card from discard to the top of the deck, that's you get to delay your deadline one turn, like 1 card. and you just need to option select something from your discard pile back on top of your deck, and that, just that option can be quite powerful. Now, the downside of Revelopus is that it only has one discovery on it. But with Husktree, we get the Revelopus, but we document a monster that has 2 discoveries because it will add 1 additional discovery to itself. So I think that's really nice, just on its own. And I think when we're looking at that, we're now looking for cards that we want to cycle back into our hand multiple times. And usually when you're looking at cards that make sense to cycle back into your hand multiple times, we're looking at things that will add discoveries. So we got 2 options here, Chrysaper, and I mean, people saw Chrysaper. Angus used it in the last round. You see if you can guess what's in the next person's hand, and if you're correct, you get 1 additional discovery icon on the next monster you tame. So long as we can sort of have an idea of what Anujan's documenting, what Anujan put in his deck, that sounds good. Zaptopus. So the reason we would run a Zaptopus is that we just freely, every time we play it, we get to add a novel discovery to one of our monsters in our paper. And that actually helps with Anopso, because Anopso, we can add it to something that doesn't already have an ability just freely with Zaptopus. Now, the downside is it gives all opponents some sort of benefit where they can optionally get a Sapple Key effect. So playing it a whole lot may not be ideal. We may end up helping our opponents more than we're helping ourselves, but that's something to consider. I'm just reading what chat is saying here. Could you use the dock ability of a Husktree to discard a Revelopus, then copy the dock ability of the Revelopus to move the Revelopus to your top of your deck? Yes, you do things in order. So the Husktree says, +1 document or +1 icon to the Husktree, discard a card, we discard the Revelopus, then we activate what the Revelopus says. Revelopus says move a card in your discard to the top of your deck. This Revelopus is in the discard, we can move it to the top of our deck. And I guess a notable thing there is that if we get this combo on the first turn, normally Revelopus isn't very useful on the first turn because there's nothing in your discard pile. But with this combo, yes, it still does something because we can put the Revelopus back on top. But I think in general, what we're wanting to cycle back is this Chrysaper. So every turn we can try and, well, maybe not every turn, but most turns we're going to see if we can guess the top card of Anujan's deck, or whatever's in Anujan's hand, and get some bonus discoveries every turn from that. Okay, so I think that's a good basis. This is a good basis. The other thing I sort of want is a card that works better at the end. We got a Luckamuch. So Luckamuch, you want to document when you have a lot of aquatic monsters already in your paper. The problem there is we only have 2 other aquatic monsters. Now, if we got both of these down, it's not bad. It's actually quite good. Yeah, getting both of those down and then Luckamuch, it gives us 2 popular by itself, +1 on Dmart, +1 on Octeach. So that's pretty good value. Assuming we get these together and we document, yeah, I think actually setting all that up is going to be a bit of a tall order. I guess that's how I'd put it, a tall order. Oh, why wasn't I thinking about this? Okay. We're okay. I was mentioning yesterday that Raze likes cards that hinder other players. Well, here's one. So all other players draw 1 card, and a reminder, typically drawing cards is bad because as you draw cards, your deadline comes sooner, and that means you have less turns. So all players draw a card and then discard a card in their hand. So what we can do here is we can discard this with Husktree to use its document effect, and then we can grab it back with Revelopus. So we can just sort of mill other people's decks with Earth Pirates. Now, it does help them a bit. They draw a card, then they discard a card. So they're going to set up better hands. But we mill their decks, and hopefully we get, well, they lose out on a turn or 2 because of if we can play Earth Pirates multiple times, or activates a dock ability at least multiple times, then yeah, people are really missing out on some turns. Okay, I like that. You know what? I even like these together. Earth Pyrus, like Zapdos on its own, maybe not, but you basically with Earth Pyrus we negate the benefit of Zapdos. You know, people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna set up my next turn by putting this card on top of my deck, and then you Earth Pyrus and you're like, nope, you're gonna draw that right now, and now you're gonna discard back down to 2 cards rather than 3 that you had before. So I think actually these, yeah, I mean, well, I designed them such that they work well together. But yeah, I like this. I like this plan. Okay, we got 11. I should probably speed this up here because the other players aren't speaking through everything with an audience, and they're probably already done. Okay, so this is the core of our deck. We husk trees. We get the benefits of these Revelopus's, Earth Pyruses, whatnot. Octeach, you know, Octeach is just good for some consistency. We can push things, you know, draw things, put things back on top of our deck that we don't need right now. I like that. We're gonna be we have a lot of flexibility with Husk Tree as far as what icon we get. So I'm not super concerned about having a particular, like having or not having a particular type of discovery icon, because we have a lot of flexibility with Husk Trees. Okay, that's 12. So I think we just want something sort of generic, something basic that's always good. You know what, Terrapion I like. So what Terrapion does is it moves any number of tokens on a monster to Terrapion. So if you have a bunch of tokens on some other monster, which hopefully we can set up with both Chrysaper and Zapdos and Husk Tree giving it themselves 1 token, then we move them to Chrysaper, and if Chrysaper has at least 2 tokens at this point, we activate a reference ability in our discard pile. So this is one more way that we can repeat like a Zapdos. That's really the only combo there. We're not using other reference abilities that are particularly great to use with Terrapion. I guess Octeach is fine. Sort of weird it would put Octeach into our hand right at during the document step. That doesn't matter because we don't have anything that gives us additional documents, but it does do that. If you're looking for a way to get an Octeach out of your discard pile into your hand during document, that's a way to do it. All right, I think if I'm putting the Terrapion in, yeah, they're getting impatient. They're messaging me. I think, yeah, if we're putting the Terrapion in, just putting in another piece of consistency in Sapple-Key might make sense, and that also delays. There's an argument for Keetle over Sapple-Key because we're probably not going to have, like, Husk Tree always needs 1 other card with it. No, we're going to do Sapple-Key. Sapple-Key is just generally the better card because it actually delays your deadline, gives us a few more turns. Okay. I am happy with my choices here. We'll see how this fares in the second round. All right, I am back. Apologies for how long it takes to explain the exciting Legend Monstas. Right, and Angus is start player because you took the last research turn on the previous round. And we're ready to go. I'll just draw my hand and then switch over to your perspective and go right ahead.
Well, we are going to start with another redraw because can't get what you want on the first draw, that's for sure. Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to demort, and I am picking. It does work on traitless monsters, doesn't it? Or does it not?
You can't call traitless as a trait if that's what you're asking.
Right. Well, yeah. I'll take another redraw.
You can't redraw more than once per turn.
Oh, then I am in trouble here. Let's.
Did you take the redraw to paper?
I
Yeah.
think you,
Okay, yeah.
I just put it. I put it in my thing, but
We don't have Rasboom, but
yes, it could matter, but it doesn't.
I don't actually think the viewers know about Rasboom because that wasn't played yesterday. We'll leave that as a thing to discover in the game.
It's unfortunate. I think I'll just document Leo here.
Yeah. All right. Over to me then. Okay. I don't think I need to redraw this. No, I think this is fine. It could be better, but this is fine. So I'm going to Sapple Key that to the top of my deck. Husk Tree, I get to choose a discovery type I would like to add to Husk Tree. I think Fundamentals, a good base choice, but we're just going to do Fundamental. I discard a card in my hand. I have none. I activate the document ability of the card I discarded, which I didn't do. So that's all. Go ahead.
I am taking a redraw as well. I don't have a Sapple Key to fix my hand a bit.
Keetles are free.
Yes, they are.
Maybe you did have a Sapple Key, just when it wasn't in your hand. I don't know. I guess that was, yeah.
You'll find out, I guess. I will document more and call Parasite and Clinging. Why not?
This is a
document
spoiler for what's to come.
And that's it.
Okay. I will start with an Octeach here. And this case.
I feel like 1 second. I realize this might be confusing to viewers. I'm just gonna go over what happened here. So Anujan chose an additional trait that he didn't have a copy of in his hand. That trait that he named actually was an illegal move because clinging is not in the game. Currently, the only traits in the game are aquatic, parasite, and burrowing. You'll see why he said clinging next round, but just so for clarity of what happened there, you do as much as possible. He didn't have a clinging or whatever other trait he named Monster to document, so he just documented the Rex area. Just want to make sure there's what's going on is making sense.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put this back on top of my deck, and then I'm going to non-lid, which will this get discarded.
A targeted discard.
Correct. And then I'm going to ref Octeach again, even though it doesn't do anything.
It draws a card.
It does draw.
If you do,
do
you want to draw a card?
Oh, right. It's a good point. Do I want to draw? I don't think so. No, I'll just document Leo. I think it's better this way. It's not great, but
You are in the lead for.
You do get
samples.
Yes, I do get one for non-lit.
Yeah, non-lit adds one to everything you document. All right. Well, this hand is. I'd rather have these things later, or not all grouped together. So I'm gonna redraw this. I can select all my hand. Perfect. Shuffle those in. Draw 3. All right. This is looking much better. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. All right. Octeach. Just gonna be fancy. Okay. Developers. Now, I get to activate one of these with House Tree, and they're both pretty good. I think I prefer. Oh, I mean, if I just gonna, no, I'm okay. Okay, no, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put that on the bottom of my deck actually, because I think setting some things up first is the way to go with that card. Octeach comes back to my hand. I'm then going to document Husk Tree, which is going to discard Revelopus. Well, first, before I discard it, let me do things in order. Okay, add Discovery to Husk Tree. Okay, I looks like I'm still reasonable to compete on that front. Then I discard Revelopus, and I activate the document ability on the card I discarded. So this one is move a card from my discard pile to the top of my deck. So what do I want next turn? I think I would like that Revelopus again. So we're going to put the Revelopus on top. Discard that. Draw 3. Back to you, Anujan.
Okay, I'm taking another redraw because I love to draw my cards.
That's the
I
reason.
didn't shuffle yet. I was about to redraw the same hand. I was about to crash out. Okay. So I'm gonna do something interesting, I think. I'm gonna reference Bowmakin. So draw 3. And hope I. Oh.
You guys have the Bumpkins.
I will reference Sapple-Key. Put this here. And then I will document 2 Monstas. So I will document Rascaria. We will not document anything else, and I will document Lucka Munch, who will cause a fundamental to go onto here.
Nice.
And that concludes my turn. The other card in my hand was the Sapple-Key as well.
Nice. Well, I don't have anything very exciting. I'm just going to document this.
So I think this is the first time the viewers are seeing Sky Pirates. So it's add 2 popular discovery, or add 1 popular discoveries to 2 monsters in your paper, and then increase your refill amount by 1. So I think it's gonna be drawing 4. Oh, and not hopefully not dealing it to us.
Nope.
All right. Oh, your deadline is already revealed.
My deadline's up. I'm giving up start player.
Okay, my turn. Chat was saying they quite like this turn, and I didn't actually see it until now. What was going to be exciting, but yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna go straight into documenting here. Document a Husk Tree. I gotta be careful about. I think I still play it safe here and add a fundamental to this Husk Tree. Discard a monster in my paper or in my hand. I'm going to discard Husk Tree. Activate Husk Tree's dock ability. Add 1 discovery to monsters in my paper. You got like 2 more turns maybe, Nugent. Alright, I'll add 1 more fundamental. And then discard a card to my hand. I'm going to discard Revelpus. Activate the discarded card's dock ability. Move a card from your discard to the top of your deck. I'm going to move this Husk Tree to the top of the deck. And that's my turn. Go ahead, Anujan.
Okay. Who would have thought? I'm taking another redraw.
Oh boy.
I am net 1 point positive, effectively,
Well,
this round.
everything is worth 2.
Oh,
so,
true.
yeah.
Yes, that's correct. But for round scoring,
You don't score these during the round.
I know, but just viewing it for the round itself right now, mentally.
Yeah, mentally, he doesn't feel great about that, but hey,
Yes.
sometimes it's better to
Okay.
be lucky than good.
Um, I think I want an extra turn. So I will document this. Yeah, how many tokens? You have 3 monsters of tokens. You have 2. Do I really need that extra turn? I do that, and I get. All right, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah. So I document Husk Tree. I will add a fundamental so I don't tie. I discard a Revelpus, which means I will add a Bomikin to the top of my deck. Oh wait, I can add the Revelpus back too. No, I
Olmekin
will do
seems
the
like an odd
Bomikin.
choice if you want an extra turn.
Yeah, it gives him an extra document potentially.
And get the
it's
extra document.
Sort of redundant with the extra turn.
It kind of is, but depends on
That's okay.
maybe things have effects that will work. I don't know.
We'll find out. I will draw 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Angus.
All right. We are going to take Parasite, and Parasite is going to hit Husk Tree.
All right. Infocell
And that-
makes any one card, or every card with a particular name, any trait. So Husk Trees are parasites this turn.
Correct. And then we are documenting some Parasite monsters, including Husk Tree.
Yeah, these all allow you to document another parasite. All right.
And
yeah.
that is
so
it.
cool.
Well, you certainly brought that back in the final turn there. That's a complete paper right there. All right. Now, I could deny Anujan his extra turn, but the fact that he took a Bomakin makes me think that he's going to deny himself the extra turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
maybe
got
that you're just baiting me. You're like,
Yeah.
now no one will play an Earth Pyrus because I could play an Earth Pyrus, but I'm going to do the thing that I think is better for me. even though this other one might be worse for Anujan.
An army of husk trees.
So yes, I will document husk tree. I will grab a novel because it seems like people are just allowing me to have. Oh well, no, Anujan maybe isn't allowing me to have this. Let's continue with the fundamentals, just because you got two, you got maybe 2 more turns. Okay, I'm a little cautious, but yeah, I think I'm going to take the fundamental on that one. Then I'm going to discard Revelopus. And
He really wants his double points.
I
Yeah.
do. I mean, you guys are all going popular. It's the only thing I can do. All right. Gonna put the Revelopus back on top with its own effect that I'm activating off of Husk Tree. And then I discard the Earth Pyrus. So you're safe. You get an extra turn if that matters.
Hooray. Now you think my turn is so simple, but it's not.
Searching the discard, you got a pattern pill there.
No, I have a very interesting turn to do. I will. Hold on, I need to see something. Yeah, I have an interesting turn to do. So I document Husk Tree. I will. You have 3 more cards and 3 cards in your. Oh, okay, I'm not dealing with that. You can have it. And I discard Terrapion. So
One monster. You can't move from 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that works out even better. Thank you. Oh my god.
It's optional regardless, but limited to 1.
Yes. So now, because this monster now has 2 tokens, I can activate a reference in my discard, and I have a Jerevel.
Oh
So
boy.
I can put a card from my hand to the bottom of the deck.
So just so everyone viewing this can see what's happening here. And note, I see that in my testing cards here, Jerevel's text is a little larger than the text box. This will be fixed in the final game. Just that's just something I manually have to do is fix some things like that. So Jerevel, you discard a monster in your paper. Now Anujan didn't do that, but I'm assuming
Sorry,
Anujan is now discarding the Demort
sorry.
that he just removed all the icons off.
And
of.
I realized I didn't explain which card that I took from the discard to the bottom.
And so then
it's Sky Pyrus.
Yeah, and then basically Jerevel allows you to move a card from your hand and a card from your discard to the bottom of your deck. So grabbing the Sky Pyrus back, returning whatever else was in his hand, which we know because he put a Bomakin back on top of his deck last turn. So Bomakin and Sky Pyrus were sent back to the deck. So that it sends 2 cards back to the deck if you discard a monster in your paper, and if you discard something that has no discoveries, like in this case Demort, that's pretty good value. Especially when he got value out of the Demort through Luckamuch, and then moved it to something else using the Terrapion. All right, does that conclude your turn?
Yes, it does.
And
I don't remember the order of this, but yeah.
Now I am very much regretting not getting rid of your last card, because as soon as your deadline's revealed, you can't do that anymore. You can't put cards back into your deck. I could have stopped all that nonsense by playing my Earth Pyrus last turn.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. That's what I get for not taking advantage of a time to be mean. Okay. I think I just play these. Yeah, I don't think there's real reason to try and do anything fancy. So I'm gonna Zaptopus.
Whoa.
So each opponent may move a card from their hand to the top of their deck. I don't believe any of my opponents are capable of doing that because they have no deadline, or their deadline's revealed. They can't add cards back to their deck. That's going to add a novel discovery somewhere. I'm just going to add it onto this husk tree here. I'm then going to document Revelopus. And I think I'm going to put this Sapple Key back on top.
Oh, you could have put your Earth Pirates there.
Yeah, but it doesn't do anything anymore
Oh,
because nobody
boy.
has a deck to draw from. Alright, yeah, discard the Revelopus, discard the Zaptopus. Go ahead.
You know, you
I'll
can
draw
make up for
my
your
start player card. Put that in my hand if you want.
you can make up for your mistake in principle, you know?
I don't think that's how that works.
So I am referencing Bomikin. Thank goodness I chose this card. And I will document 2 Sky Pirates.
Oh
So
boy.
Nice.
So
Well
that's
done.
1, 2, and then another 1, 2.
Alright. Yep. That was played out well.
Thank you, thank you.
It's my turn then, right? I guess I take
Yep.
some inventory here. This is 4 monsters with tokens.
Yep.
Yes, that is correct.
Over
So you
here
gotta
we've
get one
got
more.
3. Okay, yeah, no, I think I'm getting both legends. Because I already have 4 and 4 duplicates of the same name. Alright.
I have 6.
What?
Right?
Oh, I
Or-
wasn't. Oh, yes. Okay, maybe I'm not getting Sompus, but I'm pretty sure I got an Opso. Okay, so I'm gonna, on my turn, Chrysiper. So let me just read how Chrysiper works. I'm gonna show you a neat tech here. So name a card. The next player in turn order who has cards in hand reveals them. If a copy of that named card is revealed, +1 fundamental discovery to the next monster I document. So I'm gonna name Revelopus. And let's check who is the next player in turn order that has cards in hand. Well, Anujan doesn't have cards in hand. Angus doesn't have cards in hand. That means I'm the next player in turn order that has cards in hand. I reveal my
I
hand.
have a start player card. I'm tricky.
And look, there's a Revelopus. I guessed correctly. So that means that the next card I document gets a fundamental icon. I'm going to document that Revelopus. Grab my free fundamental right there. And grab something from my discard because that's what it does. Oh, this is.
Well, we're tied on Sompos now.
I know what
For the
card
record,
this is.
that-
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. That
Yes, you're welcome. I know what that means.
I guess that probably is what I should be doing. Is just grabbing a Revelopus so I can win the Sompos. There's
It's
some
worth
fancy
more
thing I could
points.
do that probably isn't as good. I'm just gonna grab the Revelopus, discard that Sapple Key, discard that Chrysiper, draw my hand. I'm just going again then, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
So I'm just going to document Revelopus, discarding Terrapion. I can't put anything back on top of my deck because my deadline's revealed, so it's just a Revelopus to grab the legend. All right. So with that said, we're moving into the legend phase now, where we're checking each of the legend's conditions. So most monsters with at least 1 token in paper. I've got 5 monsters with a token. I believe that's the most, correct?
Yep.
And I've
That's
got
correct.
7 monsters that share a name with another monster in my paper. So I think that's more than anyone else. So I'm grabbing both of the legends.
Very nice.
And then we go into scoring. So I think I've already sort of assessed I have the most fundamental. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm getting 14 points there. I could have been more greedy. I could have grabbed more novel throughout the round, but I was playing it safe. And then who is second place?
I got
here?
2. Me. I got 2. Novel.
2. Okay. There you go. And then popular, which, I mean, I have a few. I got 3. And I think everyone else is scoring a significant amount from popular.
Yes, I have 12.
I have 13.
Okay. Send those things to your publications, and we'll go into the final round.
All the redraws ended up being worth it in the end. I'm so happy.
All right, and so for this final round, we're going to be adding in the last realm that the viewers haven't seen. If you watched the introductory stream, you saw the Origin, Twilight, and then Condensed realm. And in this stream, we've played with the Origin and Condensed in the first round, and then Legends were introduced in the second round. So the final realm in the game is the Flora realm. And what this realm does is adds an additional trait. Unlike the traits in the Condensed realm, this trait has an effect. So at the end of your turn, or like when you're not at the end of turn, when you're discarding cards, which is technically the second last step of your turn, before you refill your hand, if you have any cards with the clinging trait in your hand, you may reveal them and set them aside instead of discarding them. You refill your hand as normal, and then you put all of your clinging cards that you set aside back into your hand. So I will deal these out. All right, that's those. And of course, the legends are still in play because they were introduced last round. So here are our legends for the round. We've got Famsokos, who's looking for the least number of empty token spaces on Monstas. So, I mean, people who saw the introductory stream, there was a few instances where people were having more tokens than Monstas could hold. And that's sort of where those, you need those empty token spaces. But in Famsokos' case, you actually want as few empty token spaces as possible. Now, of course, one way is to fill those empty token spaces with tokens, but also if you just document monsters that don't have any, that's more likely that you're going to have the least. And the second one is most tokens on a single monster in your paper. So if you can get 4 or 5 tokens on a single monster, you're probably in the running to grab this Famsokos. I should mention, if a player's tie on one of these legends, neither player gets it. So you have to have the strict majority, like the strict condition, better than anyone else. So once again, I will definitely mute unless there's any comments or questions people have before I do so.
I'm good.
We're good? Okay.
Yep.
I'll be back once I realize I muted in the middle of that for them. All right, so what do we have? So yeah, the clinging trait, you can do some fun stuff with it because it allows you to save cards that are important for later rounds, and it also messes with like hand size. So you can have larger size hands without sort of like paying for those with card draws. You just, you draw the cards normally, and then you just get to keep them through multiple different turns. And sometimes just having larger hand, matters for some cards. Demort, as I'm pulling it off the top of my deck, is a clear example. So Demort, you choose up to 2 different traits. You document a monster with one of the selected traits and document a monster with the other. So, in the Condensed realm alone, you're only looking at the 3 traits that the Condensed realm introduces. But now that we've got a 4th trait in the game, Demort is, has a little more, is a little stronger. It's a lot easier to set up Demort, especially since with the Clinging's innate effect, it allows you to just keep it in hand. So you can almost always guarantee you have at least one thing to document alongside Demort. I didn't really get to recur the things I wanted to recur last round. I ended up just getting a lot of the Revelopus's back. And I mean, that was fine. That was what allowed me to get the Sompus. But yeah, my deck didn't quite do all the recursion that it could have done. I think it still played out well. It wasn't like that was functioning worse than it could have. Okay, so reminder, we're looking for least empty token spaces and Comphos, which is most tokens on a single monster. So as far as most tokens on a single monster, I guess our main ways of possibly doing that are Ficest and Terrapion. So Terrapion, we saw, you get to move all the tokens from another monster to Terrapion. And it has 4 open token spaces. So, I mean, I don't know. If we can have some way of adding tokens to Terrapion. I guess Terrapion doesn't really help us because we don't have a lot of ways of like getting a bonus one on when we're documenting. I think the only way we have is the Chrysaper here. And that's not very consistent. So I guess, I mean, Zaptopus can just add tokens to any monster. So Zaptopus might help us with getting Comphos. And then Ficest is just, when we document it, we count how many cards we have in our hand, and we get that many additional discoveries on Ficest. Now, note, that's normally not great. That means we are documenting a card, and we have a full hand of rest of things we're not documenting. And normally, we would discard those, but if they have the clinging trait, we get to keep them on our hand, and so that sort of alleviates some of the downsides of keeping a lot of cards in our hand. So we could consider looking at Ficest and like putting a Zaptopus in our deck just to fill out any spaces. I'm pretty sure we won't get 4 cards with Ficest. Well, you know, usually when you document Ficest, you got 2 or 3 cards in hand. And then Zaptopus can just help us fill out that last one if we're going to try and compete on Comphos. Now, there's a card I don't have, but I know exists, and the others might try and play it here, that has 6 open token spaces, and it has a way of getting a lot of tokens on it. So with only 4 open token spaces, it might be a lost cause to even try and go for Comphos. So I'm not particularly fond of that direction within itself. It might be good just in general, but I don't think I want to compete on Comphos. So Sompus is least empty token spaces, which is sort of the opposite. Not entirely, because, you know, if you fill the token spaces, then they're not empty. From that angle, we got Sky Pyrus here, which doesn't have any empty token spaces itself, and then it fills 2 by adding discoveries to 2 monsters in our paper. So Sky Pyrus is pretty good for doing that, and we already saw last round, I think both Angus and Anujan both used their Sky Pyruses, which means it's more likely they don't have more. So I might have sort of an advantage there of still having my Sky Pyruses. That might be a good direction to go. Now it's like, okay, what else? What do I? Sky Pyrus isn't a strategy really on its own. I need things in my paper to put them on. First of all, that's an important thing. I mean, this is sort of the issue with Sky Pyrus. Well, at least I guess like specifically for Famsokos' purposes, is I need monsters that have spaces to put the tokens on, but I don't want too many spaces, because if I have too many, then I don't get Famsokos. And, you know, balancing that is you know, not trivial. But I do like Sky Pyrus, just because it sort of leans into what we're looking to do. We do just have a bunch of Cavioras, and Cavioras, pretty simple ability. You draw 1 card, and then you reduce your refill amount by 1. And you also note that it has 3 discoveries on it. So it's, if you saw the introductory stream, so like Gelatod, it's very strong, no questions asked, but its effect is sort of a downside. You know, drawing a card immediately in the document step, if you don't have any other documents, that card's just going to get discarded. But if you draw a clinging card, then you can keep that card in hand. So if we can like somehow make sure that there's clinging cards on the top of our deck, we got a lot of Torilotes and they're all clinging. So we might want to do something with Torilote there, where we just sort of get value out of the many icons that Torilote has. Oh man, chat is saying I maybe said the wrong monster. yeah, get value out of the amount of icons it has, and try and alleviate the downsides. Our ways of sort of forcing the top card of our deck is Sapulki and Octeach. Those two will allow us to position a card from our hand on top of our deck, and we can set that up. And we have enough of those. We can also grab more Keetles if we want. Okay. Yeah, the final round always is like you got a big selection of cards, and so you gotta, you know, you can have a lot to consider. Okay, I don't think I love the, well, I don't know, Sky Pyrus. Sky Pyrus, the other notable thing about Sky Pyrus is it increases your refill by 1. Is there anything we can do with larger hand sizes? Anything that really benefits from larger hand sizes? Like, not particularly. I think we generally want lower sized hands. I'm so chat is saying they're hoping they want to see the idea of making a pure Pyrus build. So we got a few different Pyruses here. There is a card that we don't have that sort of is the capstone to putting a bunch of Pyruses in your deck. So I'm not going to run it, but maybe one of the other two will, and you'll get to see what that looks like. If they don't run it, maybe I'll highlight the card at the end of the stream. Okay. I think Torilote is the way to go here. So I think that also means I run Ficest, because Ficest can... So Tejitan, okay, so yeah, we're going to run Torilotes. We're going to run all these Torilotes. Just because they're the things we need to have on the top of our deck. So we need a bunch of them. I think we're happy with just having a bunch of them. We need this consistency, so we're going to add the Sapulkis and the Octeage, and that's going to just make sure we can set up the Torilotes to the top of our deck. Or any other clinging card, but I think the only other clinging card we have is Caviora. Caviora, I mean, it's 2 fundamental is nice. Its reference ability is pretty situational. You know, immediately draw 2 cards, and again, we were saying we don't want larger hand sizes in this deck, so maybe we'd have that just for its clinging and fundamentals, but it's not my first thing I'm going to consider. Okay, so we have these. Tejitan is really nice with Torilote, because Torilote we can just save in our hand every turn, so the likelihood that we have another card with a dock ability in our hand is pretty high, and Tejitan just lets us take advantage of that. I think in this case here, we're sort of ignoring the legends. We're going to accept that we're not getting either legend. We're just going to try and make a good deck that scores a lot of discoveries outside of needing legends. Maybe Krera. So what Krera does, so you discard a card in your hand, and then you get an additional document that turn. And so normally with hands of 3 cards, it's sort of like, well, how do you make use of that? You know, you have 3 cards, you play Krera, you discard 1, and then you only have 1 card left, and you need 2 to actually document 2. But with saving Torilotes in our hand, through clinging, we'll have larger hand sizes. This was actually one thing that would work with the Sky Pyrus' larger hand sizes, but we only have 1. Okay, no, Torilote doesn't actually increase your hand size unless you play it over multiple, like you save it multiple turns, because it actually reduces your refill by 1. So I don't think I actually want that. The fact that we have so many clinging sort of pushes me towards Ficest. Maybe if no one else goes for it, we can get the Comphos. Yeah, okay, so I think I Ficest. We'll put in the Zaptopus just in case that's an actual option. And I mean, Zaptopus gives us an option either way. It's not bad to just have in our deck. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 3 more. I'm going to take a Keetle because setting things up onto the top of our deck is really important for our Torilotes. Okay. Rajlubber is sort of the opposite way of taking advantage of clinging from Ficest. So Rajlubber reduces your refill by 3. And you may be like, well, that's just going to make you have no cards in hand because you're going to draw 0 at the end of the turn. And that would be correct. That is what Rajlubber does. However, if we could just save our cards in hand between turns and not discard them, like with Torilote, then we're happy to discard or to draw 0 cards because then the next turn we just play the Torilote. So I think I add the Rajlubber in as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, we're already. You know what? I think just the Chrysiper. The Chrysiper might be some free value. And I'm not seeing anything else that's really popping out at me as like immediately beneficial for what we're trying to do. So yeah, just Chrysiper. If we can guess what Anujan has correctly, we get a free discovery. I think that's the direction to take it. You'll notice, Anujan has his hand over here on the play area. I think what he's doing is searching his own deck, and that like appears on top of other people's areas. You're not really supposed to be looking at what other people are putting in their deck when you're constructing yours. Okay, so I will go back here.
For Monstas that just don't have many token spaces.
I am back. Was there a
That's
question there?
No,
No.
just pointing out that it will be hard to accomplish both.
I'll just fill all the token spaces.
If you fill them all, then you're good.
Yeah.
Or don't have many to fill except for one big guy.
Easier said than done.
Are we ready to go?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. So what do we got here? This hand is a bit dicey. Okay. I think the safe thing to do here is redraw this. There is a possibility of getting what I wanted, but... Oh. What? That's
That
not
doesn't
good.
sound good.
It's not good. Okay. I will Keedle. Draw 1. Okay, that is better. And then I have to put something on top of my deck. I think there's the only logical thing to put on top of my deck is this, because otherwise I waste a reference ability. And then I'm going to Chrysiper. And now I get to play this fun game of guessing what Anujan might have without knowing anything about his deck. So I guess one thing we do know is that Anujan was incentivized to build towards one of these two things. Okay, I'm gonna do something wild. I'm gonna name Life Pyrus. You can reveal your hand.
Life Pyrus?
Life Pyrus. Reveal your hand.
Sorry, I'm trying to select all the cards.
Alright, so we got an Excant, a Jerevel, and a Revelopus. None of those are a Life Pyrus, so I get nothing. Okay. Torilote. I'm not going to explain why I chose Life Pyrus. That's probably too much theoreticals for it to make good content. Okay, Torilote. I draw 1 card. I know what this is. I then go to my discard card step. I discard the Sapple Key, and I refill to 2 cards because of Torilote reducing by 1. All right, go ahead.
Well, who would have thought redraw?
Yes.
Classic first turn redraw. Okay. I reference Apple Key. Put this in here. And then I document Associator. And cannot make use of its ability.
Okay, yeah, you had no cards in discard, so no cards go back.
Yep.
Well, I'm also going to take a redraw. And pray that this is better. Okay. Let's see. Well, it's something. Let's do Drevel. There's no monsters in my paper, so
yeah,
can't
you
discard
always
that.
do as much as possible. Don't have to pay the discard cost. Don't get the thing from the discard, but do get to move a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck.
That's going to go on the bottom there. And then I will document a Lonely Arcade, sadly.
Yes, and so for the viewers know, when you document Arcade, you may discard a common monster, which are these 4 monsters that you're always allowed to add to your deck. If you do, you get to add 3 additional popular discoveries to Arcade. So if you set that little combo up, you get a big payout. All right. Well, a lot of my consistency is in my discard pile now. But what that means is the rest of my deck is my payouts, which isn't great, but actually means that I'm more consistently going to hit some certain things. It's rough to see I'm losing another piece of consistency here, but I think I'm just going to document a Torylote, which draws me 1 card. Oh dear. All right. I go to the discard card step and then just discard 2 cards, a Zaptopus and a Sapple Key. I draw 2 because of Torylote's effect. Go ahead.
I have not decided what I want to do with this hand yet. I really do not want to take a redraw. So, I am going to be making an executive decision of referencing the Drevel, discarding that, putting
It's a choice.
putting this to the bottom of my deck and putting this to the bottom of my deck. And then I document a Torylote. Draw 1 and hope I don't regret it. I regret it.
Yeah, so far none of our Torylotes have got the reduced detriment. All right.
Hey, well, we're taking another redraw because also bad. Oops.
Oh, we're getting
I want to see
a
that.
sneak peek at something.
Okay, well, if I could just
drag select and then press G.
There we go.
Yeah.
Here we are. Okay. Surely we can't do worse than this. Okay. Now we can do something. Let's do this. Okay, very cool. Let's put this back. I will take this. I will do nothing. Actually,
you can, yeah.
I'll ref this again. That's fine. Then I'll do this.
That goes back to the hand, right?
No, only first.
No,
time.
it goes
Only
back to
first.
hand the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Does it?
I don't think it set
Okay.
it. That won't set
No.
up the Carrera if that's what you're trying to do.
No, it won't do anything for me. So, yes, well, it's unfortunate. This is not great. Actually, it's okay, because I will just do this to discard this. I'll document this, and I
This ends up
do
working out.
still get something
the-
mediocre.
This is the classic. You discard down to one card in hand, then you use Torilote to draw a card, and often you don't know what that card is, but you then just immediately document it. In this case, that's what happened here.
And that is the turn.
All right, very nice. All right, I am going to be documenting a Tentutan. I will reveal my hand. There is a Torilote, which I'll have to reveal in another moment as well. Oh, it's tempting to grab a novel here because I'm already sort of in the lead, but I think I have more means of generating novel than fundamental, so I'm going to play it safe, grab a fundamental on that 10 to 10. Then when I'm discarding cards, I reveal that I have a clinging card, so it does not get discarded. I draw my normal 3, and then I put this clinging card in my hand. Go ahead.
All right. I am documenting a Raj Leveler. So I don't draw any cards, and I reveal I have a Caviar in my hand. And your turn.
Okay. Let's just do a Sky Pirates document.
Nice, and you draw 4. It's my turn. All right, this is the dream. This is the dream. I document a Ficest. I have 3 cards in hand. It gets 3. You may say, well, aren't you going to be discarding all those cards? No. They are all clinging. So
Wow.
I keep all those in
Exciting.
hand. This is a little unfortunate because I'm now just drawing through my entire deck. And then I add all of these back to my hand. All right. Go ahead.
Get this man a couple Bomikins.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
Clara's.
I
got so many cards in hand.
I document my Caviar.
All right.
Do I? Yes, I do.
Oh, considering the draw. But no, you're just talking about the Caviar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Angus.
Okay. I'm gonna start with a Briar here.
Oh, I just
So
realized.
if everybody
okay,
wants to.
Okay, so yeah, so everyone
Everybody-
knows. Here's another one of those little mean cards that you see in the other 2 realms that you don't see in the introductory game. So all players discard a card in their hand and then move a Keetle from the supply in their hand. So basically, everyone replaces
Okay.
a card in their hand with a Keetle. Let me go back to my player area here and actually do this. I don't think this really matters. I guess this is sort of useless. I'm gonna put that back and grab this.
Discard this and put a Keetle in my hand.
And it's worth noting all players do that, so including the player
Yes.
who played the Briar.
Correct. Which I did. A Keetle right here. Okay, everybody's done that?
Yep.
Let's do my Keetle. So I will draw. And what do we want to do here? I think we want to This is unfortunate, but hey. Let's put this back. I'm going to document this guy. And that is my turn. I'll reveal these clinging guys, and I will bring them back.
Wait, the Briar was played. Right?
Briar.
Yes, sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
This is coming back.
All right.
And that is my turn.
Unfortunately, I While I have many cards in hand, this will be my final turn because once I get to my deadline, my discard card step, if my deadline's revealed, that's the end. So I think I just do the best I can here. Document a Tory Lote. This is what happens when you get all of your reference abilities right at the start and decide not to redraw them. Yeah, just document the Tory Lote, and I might as well just discard everything because I will not have any more turns. Go ahead, Anujan.
I will actually, because I know what's in the bottom of my deck, I am going to take a redraw.
You looking for what's at the bottom of your deck?
I do not want the bottom of my deck to have the cards at the bottom of the deck. Or, yeah, I don't want them there. So, I need to do this at some point. May as well do it now. Huh. Okay.
Deck played out probably in the worst, one of the worst ways possible. Not ideal.
I am going to... This is very weird. I'm going to reference Ketel. Then I'm going to put this card on top of my deck. Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess I do, just in case I decide to do something. And then I document Xcant. And I reveal I have a caviar in my hand. And I draw one.
All right.
Well. There is nothing good that I can do. I am in trouble this turn.
If you can get tie with Robert on fundamental, that'd be great.
No, I can't. I can't. All my things came in the wrong order. Despite my 2 redraws, I could not fix it. So I'm documenting this, and that's my turn.
Okay.
You're in the running
How many
for
empty?
least empty. Oh, maybe not. I guess if you're wanting a count here, Angus has 8, right?
How many do you have, Robert?
I have
1, 2,
9.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, you have 9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay. 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. And then you have the most monsters on a single, or most tokens on a single monster.
Currently, yeah, 3 on the Ficest.
Okay. I document the Caviora, screen the Carrera, draw 3.
And it's your turn again. We're both done.
Yeah, correct. Oh, this is unfortunate. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Could technically get that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm already in the lead in fundamental. Yeah.
True. It's the only thing that matters is if you can put more tokens on a monster.
Yeah. Which I cannot. Uh-huh. So I will document this cedar. And doesn't matter what card I move from.
You got no clinging in there that you can save?
Nope. None. How unfortunate.
I think it is in your best interest if you don't go for the Fomsokos. It's up to you, but if you do, and
1,
Robert
2,
and I
3,
tie,
4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2,
No one
3,
gets it,
4,
that seems.
5, 6, 7, 8.
yes, no one gets it, and then we tie, and then it harms our score more than it helps his.
Oh, I suppose
1,
if
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I just need to make sure I don't have another empty.
wait, do we tie? I thought
1,
you get
2,
it right
3,
now.
6, 7,
Because you have
8, 9.
Oh, you have 9?
He has. Wait, 1, 2,
Hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah,
He has
no,
8. I have
right.
7.
You're getting the
1,
Fomsokos right now.
2,
I'm
3, 4, 5,
Right.
6.
getting it. Or like we're not
I
tied.
have 7.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. Assuming you add more, we're not tied, is I guess what I'm meaning is.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I could tie with Angus. So that's that. I have a purpose. I do not remember what my last card was. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
He'll have 7.
fundamental, and then you'll have 7. So I have 1. All right, I'm already good on fundamental, and I'm already good on empty token spaces. I kind of forgot I had this card in my. I should have remembered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll just reveal my hand. I think I'm not playing anything. Is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you lose out on the Fomsokos, but the Ficest gives you better.
It does give you better points.
Yeah, because you're gonna get all the bonuses on the Ficest. So.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right, actually. Yeah, because then I'll have the lead on that. So yeah, that'll give me double, and I'm still in the lead on fundamental.
And actually, that's gonna deny me the. Oh
no,
we're tied.
because
Well, then we'll be
get...
tied, right? Because I get 1
yes,
here.
but you get.
And you're getting 2 on
you'll be 1
Fomsokos.
ahead. We'll be at 6. You'll be at 7. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I still will be in second. Okay.
Okay.
I wish it were not the case, but
yeah, I think I do go for the 5.
some rounds don't pan out.
Okay. Ficest with 1 additional discovery. All right. So as far as legends, I think we just
start player.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point because there's no Fin. Yeah, we're not playing with the finale phase. No Twilight Realm. So I think we already calculated this out. I'm getting Comphos for my 3 discoveries on Ficest, and then Angus, you get Fomsokos. So for the round end scoring, I believe we already calculated. Nugent has the most.
4. So
4 novel.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so that's 8 bonus recognition. And then we said that I'm in second here. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Imagine if that was 20.
Very nice. Oh, that would have been something.
Yeah. but it's not. And then
Hey, at least it wasn't 0.
Angus gets none because no one trusts his research without the fundamentals. All right. Popular. I just have the 1 from the Confos.
I'm at 5.
I am at 2.
I did that wrong. 1 second. So 2 and then 5. All right, and that concludes all of the rounds. So now we're just counting all of the discoveries we made throughout the game, tallying those up, subtracting our redraw tokens to get our final scores. And so the viewers know here I'm just making groups of 5 to make them easy to count.
I'm just gonna put in my redraw token.
Yeah, you took quite a lot.
Yes. I did not know when to stop.
And
I should have tried to redraw again.
if you like,
I didn't do it
viewers,
enough.
when you're doing this, you can take a look at all the things you documented throughout the game. It's a little, sort of like a little replay of what happened. All right, so those are all my groups of 5. These. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So I guess I can do. Did you only take 2 redraws through the entire game?
Correct. No, actually, it should be 3. Where did the other one go?
There's
there's
right
here. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's 4. That's. I don't know why I didn't see them.
Okay,
score
so
here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 48. 48 times 2, 96. Ouch.
Is that a 6?
That is a really scuffed 6. I'll fix it.
Did I do this
That
right?
is a 6.
I might have missed
I would be just as surprised as you are if you didn't miss something.
It's 29, 30, 134.
All those
Oh,
redraws.
Oh. So
Oh,
wait,
boy.
is this right? Is this right? I need to double check this.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
That first round.
19, 29, 30. 134 minus 8 is 126, yeah. 17, 129. Yeah. That's a tie.
Wow.
Dang!
Yeah.
That's a
that
close
sucked.
one.
You wanted the sole victory there?
No, actually, I was almost certain you had beaten me because that last round was not that it was like well, it was not a good round, but like it was like a bad round compared to what it should have been.
I mean, yeah, but you look at the first round. I did not do particularly well in the first round, and you got your 14.
That is true. Well,
points there.
that's where we traded tit for tat, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, there you have, viewers. So that's what you can expect from a standard game, and I'll note that again, every time you play, you randomize the order and which realms come up. So you just saw like one orders, and the game will feel different based off of which order the realms come up. In our game, we had the legends come up in the second round, but you could have the legends coming up the first round or coming up to the final round. And it's going to change how many rounds of the game you have to care about legends. Yeah, and of course
you
you always get different selection of cards that you're dealt as well. Yeah, I mean, I'll stick around if there's any questions from chat about the game, but otherwise that's that's the standard game. That's what there is to expect. And thank you both for joining for the stream, and thank you for everyone viewing for joining the stream and the commenting.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Nah, thank you for making the game.
Yes, that too.
As one thing earlier, there was someone in the chat saying they thought it would be funny if I just put a whole bunch of piracies in my deck. And I said, well, there's a card that wants you to do that. So I'll just note this because I think Angus had it in the discard pile here, but it didn't end up working out. But there's a card that for every Pyrus you have in your discard, you get to add an additional discovery to itself. So this is what Momor does. So if you can play a deck that has a bunch of Pyruses and doesn't actually document any of them, sends the Pyruses to the discard pile, you can get a big payout with this Momor here.
Yep. Yeah, if you can do not what I did and maybe have a couple more Pyruses, then you could get that payout.
All right.
Yeah, you thought I had a life virus, Robert.
So
I was not looking at that at all.
So my thought was I didn't see anyone play a Momar, and I knew that it was Famsokos. No, it was I got it. Comfos was sitting here. I was like, someone, if they have Momar, probably will run it, and I was correct about that. Obviously, I can only call it for your hand. I can't call it for Angus's.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you're running Momar, Life Pyrus is like the thing you want to run. I'm pretty sure you did have a Life Pyrus in your deck, correct, Angus?
I did. It just didn't happen.
Yeah. So that was why I called Life Pyrus with Chrysiper, was I was assuming someone would run Momar, and I had no information otherwise, so it might be you.
Mm-hmm. I did technically have Momor in as part of the cards draft or dealt out. However, I used both of my Sky Pyruses the prior round and had nothing more other than Life Pyruses. So I said no thanks.
That is fair. All right. Doesn't look like there's any questions or comment from stream, so I think I'll just wrap this up. Again, if you're watching this, most likely you're finding this through the link on the Kickstarter page, or the link to the Discord. But if you're not, Monstatama is a different game, related but different. Sealed Monstas, which is what we were just playing, is on Kickstarter now, funding, so you can go to its Kickstarter page. This is Sealed Monstas. I'll just zoom in here. Sealed Monstas, that's Monstas with Monstas. You should be able to find that searching on Kickstarter. If you're interested in getting a copy of the game, you can back it now. There's also a Discord server, and if you're interested in playing the game, this tabletop simulator mod that we're playing on here is available on the Steam Workshop. You can download it yourself, play it with your friends, or you can go on the Sealed Monstas Discord and try and find other people who are interested in playing the game there. I think that is all that I have to say. So again, thank you for people watching, and thank you for you two for joining to show off what sort of an experience, 3 experienced players playing the game looks like. And we'll end the stream there.
Awesome.
Bye.
All right, the stream has ended.
Nice.